midday afternoon. I thought I'd jump on and cover a couple things, but also I got breaking news. Breaking news. 12 o'clock Central Time, and I'll wait till people get in here. There was a mass shooting at a Wisconsin school, at I believe at a Christian academy school, kindergarten through 12th grade. First officers on scene killed the student. So far, 5 dead. Don't know the ages. That's happened in Madison, Wisconsin. Ongoing investigation, but the first set of officers on scene on the breaking news, Madison, Wisconsin, a student went postal, started killing kids. Not sure of his age yet. Don't have a name. Yeah, Waldo. Yeah, I got Waldo. I got Waldo between my nuts for you. Right? Hello, now, hey son, what's up? What's up, buddy? I'll get my exercise. I just had my lunch. Ran the Colonel. I'm in the Colonel's lovely neighborhood, beautiful neighborhood. And you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, Rick. How are you, buddy? No, I just come on and you know, my wife's doing mulch. She's laying mulch down out in front to help wreck up the front of the lawn for them. She likes doing gardening stuff. And we did all the errands and we fed them. And I said, you know what, Colonel, I'm gonna go out in the neighborhood, walk around and exercise, walking and do a stream. So I decided, you know what, it's a perfect time to touch on Catalano TV's big award, announce the winner, and it's the biggest loser, idiot, cuck award. We'll get into that in a minute. Nice, yeah, it's 80 degrees out, little breeze. What's going on? Let me talk to my son a minute. Son, what's going on, buddy? What's happened? How was your day yesterday? Joey Six Eye. Yeah, Joey Six Eye. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, Joey Six Eyes. That's right. Now, I just discovered on the streams, now they have a button where you can actually set a goal. Make it fun. It tells you how long you give for the goal. What are you offering for the goal? So today, we get 20 super chats, any denomination. We didn't set it at it must be $50 a piece. Any denomination. We do it within 1 hour. We get an extra hour streaming, plus a free Catalano TV hat from our merch store. Afternoon, Miss Kitty, Chris Mack, John Noje, who's now a fairly new mod. Last 12 hours. Anyhow, so we're going to walk around. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to have some fun. And remind you guys, 6:30 tonight is Mrs. C's actual birthday stream. Are you from Claritone? No. Are you? Weren't you the guy, the representative for the company? Did you try to recruit me or something? It's a beautiful neighborhood, boy. As long as the wind's going, I don't mind. The sun kills me. I hate the sun. I hate to be too hot. For everyone who super chats, or it's not a drawing. No, it's not a drawing. It's not a contest. It's nothing like that. You're not allowed to. It's what's the word we used the other day? Somebody help me. Chris, you remember what we used? It can't be a contest. You can't. It's I don't know what we called it the other day, but it's not a contest. So we're donating to you if we make the goal. So we donate an extra hour stream. It's perfectly 100% legal, and we'll donate on a Catalano TV. Since we broke our cherry in the store yesterday night, and we finally sold a hat. I guess I don't know. No, I don't want. Chris Mack, I think it was a giveaway. You can't have contests. You can't do that. That's not legal. So a giveaway. We're just giving away some things to our fans, and that will go to, of course, the one that gives a donation at the highest level. You know, if everybody sent $2 super chats, and somebody did a $5, obviously he will win the giveaway. Did I put that right? Hey, my man, Chat with Stacks. Yo, what's up? Everybody go see Chat with Stacks. If you want to know about the mafia, if you want to know about the rats, if you want to know about the guys that are not hard, if you want to know about the guys that are hard, you want to know the guys that are real men of respect, my suggestion is hit up Chatting with Stacks. Go see him. Go be a member. Go sign up. Go super chat him. Go Venmo him. Go Cash App him. Go PayPal him. He's got all the tools. This man works hard. When he's live, they're great. When he puts up videos from interviews, and let me tell you something, This is the one man. I don't care what level of mafioso you were, whether you were a rat, you were a guy that was a man of honor. This man has a connection to get them on his stream. So my suggestion is follow my man, Chatwin Stacks. Good people. All right. We are giving back to the kids for Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm being Santa Claus today. Joey, did you ever meet MC Hammer? No, never met him, no. I wasn't really into MC Hammer. He had the balloon pants. I wasn't into that. All right. Let me see where I'm at. I guess it's just going to break a circle. I do go to the doctor again Friday. It's the heart specialist. And I got a lot of things I got to tell him. I got to let him know what my reactions off the medicine. What's my side effects? And boy, I got a few side effects we got to take care of real quick. So that's number one. Number two, it's just what he wants to do every couple weeks, get me in there until we make sure. I still say they're going to have to bring me in to give me a catheter and check and see if I got any blockage. I know the general test showed things that would not lead to have to do that. Has been wrong, and when they did go ahead and do that, they did find it. So I'm just going to ask him if we could just do that, because I'm still getting wheezed and out of breath a lot. It shouldn't be like the day I went in. I got winded today bad and yesterday, and I'm getting dizzy again. I'm getting dizzy and I'll tell you what, hands to God, if I don't drink a case of water a week or more, that's all I'm drinking. That's all I'm drinking. You know, I'm eating a lot healthier, but I'm still not eating 100% the way my diet should be because, you know, shop day, now I got a list what I'm going to buy, and now I know what it's going to cost me every month, so I budget that. So when I go shopping in a couple of days, I'll buy 2 weeks and then redo it in 2 weeks. And I'll be everything I'm supposed to eat. Fish, you know, small portions when I do treat myself to something that's probably I shouldn't have. I'm allowed to do that. But fish, chicken, a lot of fish and chicken, you know. Salads, people think salads are the way to go. Well, you can't have dressing on salads. You can't have bread with butter. So bread and butter is a big thing hurts us. So that's our goal. I don't know, you guys see the goal? Did it show up there? Commissioner Catalano, not saying nothing bad. I'm not saying nothing bad. But Rick, it will help him to keep guns out of the wrong hand, to keep kids safe in school and stuff. I agree. This is a shooting I do not want to hear about. So that's the breaking news at 12 o'clock Central Time in Madison, Wisconsin, a mass shooting. First officers on scene did it right, finally. They didn't chicken out. They didn't hide behind the car thinking they're going to get killed. They went in, they rushed, they took them down, and they killed them. That's what you do to an enemy. They killed him. Hey, howdy, Mason. How are you? What's happening? So that's what you're supposed to do. When a threat is killing innocent people, you don't got time to play. You don't hide behind patrol cars. You don't wait for a commanding officer. You're there, go in there and get your prey and shoot them and gun them down. That's what they did. Now 5 dead as of 10 minutes ago. Madison, Wisconsin. Ongoing investigation. They got the shooters. He's gone. He's done. They haven't released the name. I don't know how old the children are or how old he was. I'm guessing probably it's a Christian academy school, kindergarten through 12. So they got all the levels of schools there on the property. Well, I'm trying to look good. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do what I did the other day. I went way too far. So I'm watching my minutes. You know, and it's hard to pick in the afternoon with the hit or miss because, you know, other shows are on. But, you know, MACM, I work for. Well, I didn't work for the A's, so I wouldn't know that. Wasn't he a bat boy before he was a star? I do remember hearing something like that. Didn't he work in the locker room or something? So the guy was talking to me. You guys got to see this neighborhood, though. I mean, these homes are outstanding. Outstanding homes, man. These homes are very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice neighborhood. Solid neighborhood, man. You know, I once lived in a neighborhood like this for a while. Palm Harbor is just like this. Very elegant. My son, who's in the chat, he lived most of his years with us in Tarpon Springs in his younger years, and we had a ball. Crystal Beach, we lived right on the beach. Nice. So it's what a days. But unfortunately, because of my idiocy and me being a moron, and not being smart with money, I'm living in the hood. So this job I got is, I would jump to this to do this. It's really not a job. I don't really consider it a job anymore. I'm here hanging out with a person I really enjoy talking to. My wife enjoys his wife. And he sees how he goes, I'm very efficient. I get the job done whenever he needs me to go. So Reggie Jackson gave him the name after Hank. Reggie Jackson gave him the name after Hank Aaron. Oh, okay. Nice to know. Didn't know that, John O'Jay. Did not know that. Yeah. Just because I worked in the sport don't mean I know everything. Did you know that, are you sure you want to stop streaming? No. What's going on there? I want to change cameras. All right. I tell you this. A couple of Kansas City Royals when I was there, spring training. What's his name? What's the country western singer that wears the big old tall country and wears the black hat? What's his name? Famous guy. I'm not doing no country and western guys, but he used to come to spring training dressed in uniform and work out with the team playing games. You know, practice games and stuff. Can't think of his name. I don't know. You guys got to help me out. What are some of the big country and western stars? Garth Brooks. That's it. That was it. That was easy, Chris Mack. He was the one. Garth used to come and work out religiously with them. Thanks there, Chris. Look at that. One try. So, again, I need to know, can you guys see Garth Brooks? Yuck. Yeah, I'm not a big country western guy. I did, Keith Anderson, another country western, was an upcoming, supposed to be a big star, was playing around the circuit of all the ball fields, came to Omaha. And, you know, one thing, if it's a game, if there's a game going on the day they're playing, like if they're playing after the game, then they'll usually stay out in their motorcomes, their buses, which are equipped with everything. But if their team's on the road and they're playing a concert, they usually use the locker room, which would be my responsibility to take care of those guys, you know, just like I would the players. Travis Tritt, Willie Nelson in Oklahoma, they came and played concerts at Oklahoma City, and I had to run the locker rooms for them. Willie Nelson's people came in and gave me this list. His manager, he said, "You don't gotta bother Willie. He stays in his bus, you know, gets high and relaxes, and he'll come out right before the concert. His guys will be in the locker room, and they'll be getting, you know, going back and forth to the field to set up their equipment, tune it, you know, make sure everything's right, you know, do some tests. But they'll be back and forth, and they'll need things from you." So I said, "What do they eat?" He said, "Don't want so much about the eating. You can put out something light, but here's a list of things they need." And mostly was bottles of liquor. So at 10 o'clock in the morning, I get this, I got to go run and get all this liquor. That's what they wanted. Liquor and junk food, man. And that's how this is how they prepped to go on stage. They're usually all 3 sheets in the wind when they play. I was blown away. But Willie did wander in right before the concert, shook his hand and thanked me for taking care of his guys. Asked me if I wanted to smoke, and I told him no, I don't smoke weed. And he said, "Make sure you're backstage while we're on concert and enjoy it." So I did. Travis Tritt the same way. And, you know, it was fun. Those are the perks you get. And, you know, and then they take care of you at the end of they give you a nice envelope with money in it. Here's thanks for taking care of them. How well you take care of them. And the rest is history, man. Those are the fun days. Waylon Jennings. Yeah, I know that name. Well, that was one of the perks of running the locker room. Whenever they were playing the AAA, AA ballparks, you know, the locker room manager would have to be there if the team was on the road. Usually, I either went on the road with the team or I went home if it was a long set. 4 days, I didn't always go home because, you know, you got to fly. You're only home a day and a half, and you got to get back, you know, for the team. So, Joey, it hurts me that you're using my... Oh, I'm not. Well, you know, it hurts me to tell me Lou's garbage and he's ruining my channel. You know, Mason, shut up. You're not getting fucking sympathy with me. All right, I don't really care, okay? You use a lot of things against me and my channel. So, I don't want to hear it. You made me get in bed with that evil Melt when you knew it was going to be one big joke. Because you know how Melton is. My fault. I went ahead and agreed with it, so I don't blame you for that. Right after Hackamania, the guy started trashing me, saying he didn't want me near his channel. I better stay away. Immediately after, and I said nothing to him. Someone goes and lies to him and says I was demanding money. That's a lie. So you set me up, but I took the bait. So I don't blame you. So don't cry about anything. You got no room to cry. There's no crying in Catalano TV. You understand that, right? So don't be a fanook, all right? Anyhow, I need to know, do you guys see the goal that was set? I don't see it now on my screen. Can anybody tell me if there's a goal, it says goal, and because I'm not seeing it. I don't know why. I did it right. Let's see. And no. Oh. Well, I hope it didn't go away. Let me know. Tex Ritter even thought he was called a California dude. All right. Well, I'll tell you one person that is a California dude, legitimately. Dom the Cat, my son in the chat room. He was legitimately born in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. So, where he was born. And one of my children were born out of Illinois. He's a true Californian. That's something that I'm proud of. George Jones, yeah, isn't there George Jones? He's old school, ain't he? Yeah, George Jones. All right, what do we got here going on? All right, so I'm trying to focus in on an update real quick on the shooting. Like I said, within the last half an hour, what we learned was a mass shooting at a Christian academy. I'll say it again. Our heads are bowed and our hearts go out to the families. Tragedy in the United States. This is something that should not happen. This is one thing that should never happen. I don't care what anybody says. This is not terrorist attack. These are kids getting to learn how to shoot guns from parents at a young age who have access to the guns, who decide they're going to go and just go on a mass killing because they're in their feelings. 5 innocent children now are down that had no thinking process. They were going to go to school today and be gunned down. And our country does nothing, but this happens all the time. So I hold the United States government responsible, again, for being jackasses. You don't let kids get shot and people bring guns. Put the damn metal detectors in every school then. So what? Make it military. Make it like a prison. That's what you got to do to keep them safe, to do it. Forget about the Constitution and their rights. No rights when they're children. They need to be protected and be held safe. That's my take. That's why, as president, I would have made immediately every school in the United States would have metal detectors with armed guards. Sorry, that's just life. This is what we led our country to. So don't blame me for saying it. Blame me for trying to save lives. So parents should be charged. If this kid's parents, and I'm sure he's probably a minor, unless he's 18 and going to be a senior. Even if he is, they should be charged. Put their asses away for life too. Destroy them, like 5 families or who knows how many more are now lost their child before Christmas. There's no excuse for this. This is where government fails us every day. There's things like this. Government are idiots. They care about lining their pockets, being corrupt, helping all the rich, all the big corporations, helping them have their way, cheating out the American people, cheating out the retailers, the small retailers. That's what they care about, putting all the small people in prison when they make mistakes. Screw the government. I would say that every day of the week. I will go to a meeting and tell them to kiss my ass. You think I respect cops and I know they're idiots? They don't deserve respect. When you do your job right, then you deserve it. When you're corrupt and people know you're corrupt, or you're a drug addict cop, or you're a cop that takes money, or a politician, how can you say you could trust the people? You can't. So, I don't know. So, again, a very, very bad tragedy. There's no MFing excuse for these people to be killed. I'm sorry. There's no excuse. And the government does nothing. They do nothing. Oh, the last one. It was the chief of police fault. The officers froze up and hid like cowards. Were they fired? Were they prosecuted for not going in and doing their job? Or were they just fired? If they were fired. Administrative leave, oh boy, without pay. Further investigation, that's what you always get. You never wind up hearing what really happened to those people. So, again, I'm sick to my stomach about this. These are our children. This is our future. You know, if we don't make changes now, our children and grandchildren are doomed. You understand? Doomed. It's going to get to the point where no parents are going to put kids in school. They're going to homeschool them. This country, all have been like Bob Orndorff, Lieutenant Colonel Bob Orndorff, who fought for this country to make it a better place. For what? For this to happen? Sad. There's just no excuse. There's nobody in this chat, if they had the audacity to even say this is not the government's fault. You're sick in the head. You belong with them, in prison or in the ground. That's the way I feel. So that's a fact. The minute someone puts harm on children and they go on a mass shooting, all bets are off. Our government needs to tighten up. Parents, I don't want them to go through mental detector. Well, then what? Then you don't want to be a parent. You don't want to get your kids to be safe. Screw that. It ain't going to screw them up. It's going to teach them values. It's going to teach them they need to stay clean and not be corrupt. That's what it's going to teach them. Teach them when you get in trouble, this is what happens. Maybe kids will start using their brain and getting smarter and smarter. You know? But no way this stuff should happen where kids are being killed in the mass shootings. It should not happen. There's no excuse for this. There's just none. I'm sorry. This just sickens me. Just another failed attempt by our government for not doing nothing. And that's sad. It's the saddest thing in life. I got grandchildren. You think I want them to worry about going to school and this happening to them? Because you think the little kid, if it was little kids, when they say goodbye to their parents, when they were dropped off at a school bus, I'll see you, mommy and daddy, that their life was going to have a bullet in them and they're going to be going to the morgue? No, I don't think so. Fuck that shit. What's your answer going to be now, Biden? You worthless scumbag piece of garbage. I'm Joe Catalano, Joseph Samuel Catalano. You're the scummiest president of the United States. You could send any Secret Service to I'm trashing you, knock on my door. I'll tell them they're scum for protecting you. You're a scumbag. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do? You're going to go out and try to make it better by showing face and not doing nothing? Huh? So when the federal government needs to step in, I don't care what state it was in. I don't care. Listen, that's no excuse, though, Rick. It's no excuse, buddy. He's still the president of the United States, whether or not someone on his administration needs to step up then. It makes no excuse. He's old. He's senile. We put his ass in there. So someone's got to be accountable for this, man, because I don't want to see this no more. I don't want to turn on TV. I don't. And I'm going to go in probably and watch the news, and it's probably going to be, the count's going to be higher. All I know is the person that did shoot it, and I don't care if he was 12, 13, 14, 15, he got what he deserved. Put in the fucking ground. Because he had no regard for anybody he put in the ground. So, eye for an eye. I'm glad those officers were trained properly. They didn't need supervisors to go in. They were first on, assessed it. People told them where they thought he was. They went in and gunned him down immediately. Good for them. Heroes. Those are heroes. Those are the heroes that hopefully saved a lot of lives. Fortunately, we had to have more tragedy. It's like when you got a crosswalk in any city, any town, any state, and people are getting killed, car accidents, and there's accidents, and people are dying, or people cross. Nothing gets done till it's somebody of power, their family members. Then this red light goes up, or the stop sign goes up, or there's patrolled, or there's a speed bump. That's when it happens. Only when they're hurt. And that's bullshit. And the problem is there's more American people than there are politicians, and we can make the change if we unite and stick together. We don't need, we could as a unit, we could rewrite history. We could get order. Make sure our children say, because the police are not doing it and the politicians are definitely not doing it. Because a lot of things can be prevented if they would implement certain things. And that's a fact. How many mass shootings have we had and they still didn't fix the problem? Screw what the parents want. Screw what they like. Kids are getting killed. Put the metal detectors and armed guards at every exit. Metal detectors going into the lunchroom. Have dogs come in every day and sweep the building to make sure no one snuck stuff in. And after school activities, check. Treat it like the White House, every school, when you do sweeps every hour on the hour. Money it costs taxpayer, I think people would pay not to see another kid to die. Yeah, okay. Who's got? I got massive head damage. Well, you know what? Then you know what? You're not an American citizen, and you really don't care about what's happening. If you got the balls to say that, I'm speaking 100% legitly the truth of my heart. If you think that those kids deserve to die, and that we couldn't have prevented this, then pal, you need not talk to me. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Okay, okay, good. All right, Southern John, he is all right. I'm just making sure because I would like to say I got a great chat room. Look up. There we go. I would like to say we have a great chat room, and most of the people in here that care, a lot of family people, and I would like to say we all be on the same page with something like this. But it could be fixed. It could be fixed. But no, they want to steal the money, put it in their pocket to screw the American people. That's what they want to do. So Biden, the White House, the Senate, you guys are all idiots. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? You're going to go you're going to go to the parents and shake their hand, tell them you're so sorry that you are for what their loss. That's going to make it all better. Idiot. Trump is going to make a lot of changes. I liked him the first time around, and halfway through and turned on him and didn't like that he was going to be he was going to give jobs and he was going to help people and he had all the right ideas because he was a non-politician, so he don't get in bed with them idiots. He has his own money. He don't need to steal. So he's a criminal because he likes the JJ and he gets in trouble with that. Who gives a shit? Do you care who he sleeps with or what happened to him and Stormy? Anybody that puts that as a preference, like that one prosecutor in New York, she was so gun-ho she would catch herself a president. She put him away. Hoping, thank you very much, Sam Bibley. Appreciate that. Same and happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Merry Sesmas to you, everyone here and families. So I see no one want to get involved in the goal. Okay, all right, that's fine. Now I asked somebody if they saw the goal. No one answered me, and maybe I missed it. Maybe they did, because it's something that just popped up on my screen. It's only John's. No Jay. It's only if only. Yeah, I mean, didn't John the other day, was he happy about some kids getting killed? I don't really watch him, but is that true? I heard that he was ecstatic or making fun of kids. It's still there. Okay. I don't know what it reads like. I don't know. Does it? I don't know. It should show a goal. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for telling me that. All right. Well, I like the like buttons. People are starting to hit the likes. That's great. I will. I'm gonna. Joey, you blame left wing wingers because you like being conned. I like being conned. I'm not conned by the government. I know what they are. That's why I don't vote for the piece of shits. I'm not going to waste my time to vote for corruption. No, I'm not conned at all, buddy. At all. So, he found Zumach's brother getting run over and killed. Yeah, joke word. Okay, well, that's sad. That's sad. John's a piece of shit. Republicans will never let any gun legislation pass. Listen, I know what you're saying. I'm not, I know what they don't do. I'm telling them they need to step up and stop this. They can prevent it. But I know, I lie. My brain lies exactly with you. They line their pockets before they do anything to help people. That's my whole point. Again, people stick together. We can make a difference. There's not enough government to outtake us. Everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid. They believe in, oh, let's believe in our president. Let's believe in our Senate of a bunch of old fucking mummies that fucking are senile. And they're mummies. They look like fucking mummies. Okay? I don't give a fuck if the CIA, the FBI, the Secret Service fucking hear this. I don't give a fuck. Freedom of speech, I'm invoking my First Amendment right. Fuck off. Biden, you had no business being any politician in your life. You're a wasted loser politician that stole nothing but millions of dollars from other countries, and you got a criminal family, and you're the real mafia. That's what I'm gonna tell you. You've done nothing for a country. This country, worst mistake this country ever made was putting him in. So, I don't know what was worse. I really don't. I don't know. Ronald Reagan, good president. Bush, the first Bush, the father, good president, but no balls. Junior, a little bit more balls, a little more hardcore, but still made it about oil first because they're oil men. Clinton, he did okay. Tricky Dick, one of the top presidents in my book, just paranoid. Who's that for, babe? Who's that for? From who? His daughter?
It says, "Happy birthday, Christina. We love you guys."
Oh, that's my wife. Let me show everybody what you got, baby. My wife just got it from the Colonel's daughter. She lives in another state. She just had them delivered to my wife. Hey, love you, baby. Good deal. You had a good birthday today. See that? Good. Tricky Dick. You don't know who Tricky Dick is? Tricky Dick is Richard Nixon, my friend. Yes, he does. He does, Meat Whistler. Hey, Meat Whistler, let me ask you something. How many people in your family are scumbags? Huh? Huh? Why don't you tell me who you are and show your face? Let's see. Let's get your background. Okay? I didn't dox nobody. How did I dox anybody? You're a fucking dirtbag. Why is he here? We banned him yesterday. Why is he here? Do I got to do the work myself? I mean, I don't get it. Why is this piece of shit here? Okay? He has no business being here. Okay? None whatsoever. Okay? Why am I? What happened to my stream? What the hell's going on here? Meat Whistle's got to go. All right, thank you. And I mean gone. Full timed out, banned. Thank you. This guy is a piece of garbage. It's pretty much, listen, the hardest trolls are all the same. They just get different. It's probably one of the 6 people that are the jerk us off, they'll jerk off. So, because if they're coming with their names, I mean I got all their other accounts blocked. If Nixon was still in the office, Lou would be already been shipped off to. Yeah, okay, I doubt he's not from Guatemala Bay, you moron. But that's okay. That's okay, Mason. You are a true moron. You really showed your true colors, Mason. Mrs. C is a good woman. Stop somewhere and get her. I got her a dozen roses, you moron. I got them for her on Friday. Why don't you? Yeah, please, will you please stop? When it comes to women, have it all, always have. Okay. I got her a couple presents. I gave it to her, gave her a real nice present, and I'm gonna wait a couple days, got her some more, and I'm getting her a couple more things today. Okay. When I get out of here, I got to go get her a real nice card. I got her the roses Friday. I might get her. I don't know. I might get her. One more thing I want to get her. I'll see what I get her. Get her something. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll get her favorite perfume. That's what I might do. So she's very happy. Yeah, I bought her a dozen roses on Friday, and she was just ecstatic. You know, she's like, no, I like to buy her roses. She deserves it. She's good. She's a fix the most. She knows how to decorate them. She's good at that stuff. So, you know, she misses our house. She did all that stuff out there, man. This is a 20, I think 2,700 square foot. Ours was 2,100. We had a nice house too. I love my garage. I love goofing around my Harley. I loved all that shit, man. Miss all that. You know, she looks happy. Flowers is all. With the flowers is all. From the hospital. Who's in the hospital? What are you talking about? What hospital? Huh? I don't know what you did. Mr. C is a good. Yes, she is a very good woman. But I already did. Yeah, Nixon. I think Ford was okay. Kennedy, too much of a playboy. I think the Kennedys had the right idea. Bobby was definitely serious as a top cop, but they double crossed. They double crossed when the father made promises, and the president was on board, but Bobby went against everything they said once he became Attorney General. He screwed everything up, and unfortunately, with the stuff that happened and the way it happened and the way they lied and the way they double crossed, unfortunately, a lot of Kennedys are not here today because of that. So that's a sad thing, you know. Again, sometimes people have to be made examples of, and I tell you, being made an example of doesn't mean you have to physically put someone to where they're never seen again. There's other ways of doing it. You know, my favorite way to really make an example out of somebody, I think the best way is, it's kind of like a detective friend told me once, when you hate a gangbanger who's evil and he shot cops or he hurt children or he beat women or he sold a lot of drugs and killed people, sometimes you don't want to just put that guy in the ground. It's best to just put him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life, then put him in the prison for the rest of his life. They don't, wheelchair or not, in state prisons, they don't give a shit. You don't listen to them, and they'll throw you right out of the wheelchair, tell you to crawl. They don't care. So that's sometimes the best way to do it. Sometimes you got to do that by making an example. You know, if a guy's a really jerk off, sometimes put a big scar across his face from his eye down to here. where he looks in the mirror every day and always remembers how he got that scar, it's probably a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I think. But that's just hypothetically. I'm just saying. Uh, Reading stuff like that or seeing that in the news, I'm a believer of that. Yeah, I stole them. Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Yep, that's what I did. Yep, yep, yep. That's what I did. Like I said, I've been working now, so I get a little bit of money every week, and I've been saving. I really been. I still have half of last week's money and all of this week's money, and put it away and see where I got in about 8 weeks, 6 8 weeks, and then I'll decide what kind of car I'm going to go with. Hello, Colonel. I just got back from walking. The Colonel out here checking out the perimeter. He's a tough old guy. He's walking the perimeter, making sure everybody's. You're in his garage. You got to make sure everything's tight. He's a good man. Love him to death. You know. He's pretty. He like. We asked him what he wanted to eat today, and he goes, I like a good hamburger today. I don't like cheese. I go, how about a chicken sandwich? He goes, okay. So he compromised, and that's what he got. Joey road rage with the funniest stuff. Well, I road rage a lot. That was me being real. I'm like that a lot, especially if I'm by myself. I don't like stupid pettiness. I try to know my way around every possible area that I know side streets go through pretty far. A lot of these neighborhoods in Florida, you got cut off or dead ends, and that you get locked in, and there's only one way out. So I've made that mistake, but I learned a lot. I know my north, south, east, and west, and I know neighborhoods, and I don't have to necessarily know a street name or an address, but if I've been somewhere once, I'm good. I'm good at landmarks, watching landmarks. I mean, that's one of the things I do. The checkpoints, things I know that'll bring me back to somewhere. I'm good at that, but stupidness. And of course, in the heart of traffic, when you're on a single lane highway, I mean, there's just really much you can do. But when you see people just being idiots, I don't care, man. I'm a good driver. Uh, running over a curb is nothing, or something falling on a tree limb and hitting your dig, that's nothing. I think that's what happened today. I can't control that. But when you got three cars coming this way, you got a narrow street, and we're going this way, and nobody wants to move over. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to sit there and we're going to play tic tac toe to see who's going to go. I mean, come on. You get frustrated, and I'm a firm believer. If I'm elder man, and I'm high in my 80s, I'm let's say 87, 88, and I'm out there and I'm iffy, take my license away. I don't need them. I will be okay with that. And there's people out there, Florida, there's a lot of retirees that should not be behind the wheel. They're on medications. When you're on narcotic medications, like some of these older people, you don't need to be behind the wheel. My father was an abuser for his last probably 15 years of life. He was hooked to morphine pills, 100 milligram. Popped them like candy. Popped them like comatose 90% of the day. And Florida gave him a license. He bought a car when he moved to Florida. It didn't last long. They took it. He got a ticket. He didn't show up for court. He got suspended. I don't need to tell nobody to suspend it. I'm driving out picking up a fare. Didn't know I didn't know he got arrested for no driver's license. He goes back in the car and he winds up somewhere on Gulf the Bay in Clearwater. I knew the cop saw the name and had my number in his phone because I worked for the Phillies and he was one of the security. He goes, Joe, do you got a dad around this age, born on this day, and lives over in Palm Harbor? I go, yeah, why? I got him right here. He goes, listen, he's behind the wheel without a driver's license. I'm not going to jam him up because he's your dad. How fast can you get here? I said, I'm dropping off at Keene and Gulf the Bay. I could be in traffic at maybe 10:50. I'll wait for you. Get there, and my dad goes, okay, my son's here. I'm going to take it down and drive. He goes, Mr. Catalano, the keys are going to your son. He can come back in the car. We're not going to tow it. You're not driving no more. And that was it. So he gave me the keys, and I parked the car, and I told my dad, he goes, I want my car. I said, nope. I said, nope. And this is where I had fun because the man never paid child support, left us in the wind. And I told you guys, we decided to take care of him. This is when he started slipping. He just lost his wife. He woke up one morning, her face was buried in a pillow with a drug overdose of pills the night before. She was 58 years old, his wife, and she took some pills, mixed some pills, and drinking alcohol the night before. She went out with some people that came from Chicago, and he said the minute he opened his eyes, saw her face the way it was, dead in the face, he knew she was dead. She had lost my stepsister 10 years prior and never lived it down. And she just never, life left her, so she was really dead for 10 years. And she wanted to go. She tried hard to do that, and that happened. That's why he moved to Florida. And like I said, his very first day, I picked him up. We were on speaking terms, but now I go, all right, I'm gonna let you come to my house. Listen, there's no bullshit in my house. I got a dog. He runs. Do not open that door. Do not move the gate. He's been taken out. He's got plenty of food. When the kids get home, they'll take him on the leash. Heather's the strongest out of the two. She'll take care of it. He's a big dog. I go, Heather can handle him like nothing because she'll. He won't pull Heather. Heather will make sure she walks. He would even pull me. He was so strong. We got him when he was a pup. We found him at the Lakeland ballpark in Lakeland at Tiger Stadium. He was roaming around the ballpark. He came on the field after the game at nighttime. We saw him, and we tried to get him, and he left. So I finally got him, and I made him a clubhouse dog. The players loved him. And then I took him home after the season. I was going to find a home for him, and I got attached to him. And he would run, man. He was a runner, man. I mean, if I had the window down, you know how dogs like the air? I put the window halfway down. That son of a gun would leap out the window. Crazy dog, man. And I'm like, oh, my God, man. How many times he leaped into traffic? So I had to put the windows down no more, you know? I mean, it happened first time I got down. That's just a fluke. Maybe he's new. It happened second time it was it. It was done, you know. It was over. I had to make sure he could never have the windows down. But then he liked to run. The minute the door opened, he just wanted to run. And I told my dad, don't. And what happened? The dog ran. We were on Crystal Beach Avenue, fairly. He had one entrance in to the neighborhood, and trucks were coming to make a delivery somewhere at some house, and he bounced off the back tire, got banged up pretty good, and my kids and their mother took him to the vet, and I got there right after work, and I said, "Is he gonna make it?" It says, "How strong is he?" I go, "Well, he's a pistol. If he's as strong as you say he is, the next 20, and he lived another 10 years, I think. Just died recently. Or they had to put him down. Yeah, he was getting old. It was, but when I got divorced, that was my dog, and I couldn't keep it. I was told that it was staying in the house. So, and that's it. So I lost my dog to, you know, my first parent. So, which is okay because my daughter Heather loved him, and my son did. So, but unfortunately, sometimes it's better to put them out when they're too sick. So. No, I don't know. Listen. My concern is this. Someone said maybe I could come on and do updates. Here's the problem. I lose concentration and focus on my health because I love the stream so much. And my wife, I misunderstood, interpreter. She's tired of me chasing and going to look for the bad that's being said about me. Like when I get these feelings, or I know that Rocco's on, they're going to be playing those super tips, and and then I let her hear it, and she don't want to hear people gouging at her. So she'll ask me to put my earphones on, and I get mad and upset. What the heck? You said it don't bother you, but yet she goes, listen, why do you chase looking for the bad? You go to back to Melton, because I know he's talking about me. She goes, but this is what gets you upset and works you up. Screw them. She says, so you got a choice. If you're going to continue doing it, or your family, and that's why I took it that she was giving an ultimatum, but she really wasn't, because she made that great gesture last time, how much she loves watching me, how happy I am. But at the same time, at my age, I don't multitask well anymore. I lose focus because if I love something, I'm going to put my heart into that, and I'm probably going to love streaming more than wanting to get my health together. But if I stop streaming, I'm going to focus 100% on my health. And my son is not going to let me not be healthy, because then he's going to get involved, and he's going to have to put his foot down and take care of his dad, which he knows I won't approve of that. But I will respect him and do what he says. And if he's got to make it into where he's a drill sergeant and I'm the trainee, he'll do it, because he wants me healthy. But I want to get healthy. So that's the problem I'm at. I'm not going to be disciplined enough to do both. I need to not get up and go streaming at 9:30. I need to be up and out walking at 6:37 in the morning, first and foremost. Having a nice, healthy breakfast like oatmeal or egg whites. Maybe for lunch, have me a real, which I did before, not the artificial, real fruits. Have a nice smoothie. Get all my nutritions from that, or vegetables. Or have a light lunch, maybe something without bread, and maybe a chicken breast or a piece of fish, and have I don't know, salad with just can't have dressing. I mean, it's stuff you don't like to eat, and then have a nice, sensible dinner at a reasonable time, but small portions. Drink a lot of water all day when you get up, and drink a lot of water before you go to bed, and make sure it worked. It really did. I have to do that. Joey, if I guarantee you 80 pounds in 1 year, and more muscle body than you have. Now, would you keep streaming? I don't know. I'm worried about, will I follow the regimen that you give me? I mean, it sounds like you know what you're talking about, and I don't want to stop streaming. I don't. I was in tears last night because, but I know, what am I going to do? I'm going to stream till I drop dead? I mean, it's hard because my wife tries her best to, and she don't like to yell at me. She doesn't. She's not got a mean bone in her, and she'll just sweet talk me or say, "Baby, do it for you first and foremost. Please, you got to do it." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, honey, no problem." But then I don't do it. She'll catch me. She'll go to bed early and catch me. Wake up and I'm eating something out of the refrigerator at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, why are you still up? Well, I went on somebody's stream and like I'm just thinking, or I'm depressed, and I don't know. I was thinking about Savannah, or thinking about Heather, or thinking about Dominic, worried about him, and I just, she'll see me bawl like a baby because I don't cry in front of nobody too much. I did a couple times on the stream, but not like I do when I really get in my feelings. You know, I don't think my kids ever see me cry. I don't think they have. So if he's here, he's listening to something he probably never knew. Um, but I worry about them a lot. So, and especially if I know, I feel like maybe they're not in a bad way, and I won't go to sleep because I feel something uneasy, and I was always right. My son will tell you, I knew when he was in trouble, if he was in trouble, or if he was financially in trouble, or if he was just having a bad way, or in between jobs. I just knew he was not telling me everything, and he tried a couple times to pass it off to make me feel good, but then he would call me a couple hours. I can't lie to you, Dan. I just can't do it. I can't do it. He says, listen, yes, I'm a convicted liar, but I never told my kids this. Here's the way to do it. Go be a con man. Go lie your way through life. Never, ever. You think I had that talk? I had cousins and uncles that taught me how to do crime. You understand what I'm saying? I would never do that. I wanted them to stay pure as they can and not get no trouble. Not even get a speeding ticket if they can't. I preached and I preached, and I was stern, man. When I got angry, whew, but I never felt disciplining your children with beating them like I was the way to go. You know, but they were smart. Even my daughter, she's pretty intelligent. She made a bad mistake. It's gonna. Unfortunately, her mistake destroys her for the rest of her life because it's a hard thing to have on your record, and it prevents you from a lot of things. So, and she's already had a hard way. So, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around. I'm praying 25 years, 10 years, 50. You know what? I'll take 15 and be happy. Give me, if I could get guaranteed 15, that's still not, that's 75. I like to live well into my 80s, but 75 I'll take. And she's going to need foundation. She's going to need. I mean, she's learned a valuable lesson. Prison is a hardcore place she never wants to see. I'm proud of that. That she's there. She realizes that she's got to be accountable and she's got to understand mistakes and not make the same. And I think she's doing very well. This was something I didn't want to see for her, but I think it taught her a lot of values. She's a wonderful human being, and and she's good looking and someone that knows how to fight. So she's got the complete package. I mean, whew, any man that knows how to fight, she'll protect you. I promise. You won't have to worry about no one coming at you, because she knows how to box. I mean, I've seen her break guys' jaws. That's how strong she is. She's a fighter, man, and good at it. But I don't, and she don't want to be like that. But her struggle is anger problems. She had deaf people have a severe anger problem, worse than anything, and plus my anger, she inherited that. So yeah, she struggled with that, but she's a sweetheart. I love her. Rick is right. Streaming also isn't a job. You have to time for you. You understand? I understand that. But see, I'm technically retired. I went out on a disability. I took early retirement because I paid in for all the years I paid taxes into Social Security disability, Social Security for when I get 62. And part of that goes to disability if you ever get. So I had to fight. I had to get awarded by a judge, and he went by my merit of my record of how my work history was, is why I won that in court. He said I had one of the most impressive work histories he's ever seen, and how I've always paid my taxes and just in the same field. When he turned to the workforce people that they brought in there, because they didn't want to, they were going to deny me. They wanted to find me a career, a job, and I turned to the guy and I sold the guy. This is what I did. You honor me, I speak, yes. And I go, I like to address the working. And I turned to him. I go, let me explain something to you. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. what I do. I said, one, in all your years, and he was a supervisor, I don't know how many years, over 20 years, did you ever see a baseball job working behind the scenes ever on any computer screen, any newspaper ad, any type of word that came across your desk that we're giving jobs, we need people? He goes, never. I said, because you never will. It's who you know and what you know for jobs like that. That's number one. Number two, I've been doing it my whole life. I'm 50 years old, and I don't think I have the ability to learn something new. Your Honor, I appeal to you. This is what I've done my whole life. My career is over. I can't manage myself at work to do my job 100%. I paid. You've seen my work history. I ask you to rule in my favor. He turned to the guy and he says, can you help this man? He says, Your Honor, in all my years of coming to these hearings, I've never had someone speak like that and convince me we cannot help him. Judge says, granted full disability. Now, am I a con man? Am I that good to talk? Or did I just speak from my heart without being nervous? And I looked him in the eye every time. That's what the judge said. I watched you look. When you addressed him, you looked straight in his eyes. When you addressed me, you never batted your eyes to the left or right. You looked straight at me. That's an honest man, he said. Well, Your Honor, we're all guilty of lying. That's the truth. But I don't lie as a habit. He goes, well, I can tell you right now, you didn't tell lies here. You spoke from your heart. Yes, I did. And I was awarded. Case closed. That's it. So you guys could call it what you want. You're also a con. You are also a con. In what respect am I con man? Maybe not that day. So which one? I decided to not be a con man on a day. Is that what you're saying? I had the ability to turn that on and off. Do you listen? Do you people listen to yourself? Do you truly listen to yourself? I had the ability to do good schemes in my life. I've done a few. That don't make me a professional con man. It don't. It just don't. I did what I had to do in life, you know. But I never went after anybody that was a good human being or never hurt a neighbor, a friend, a family member. I don't know. I don't know about you, how you feel about corporations and idiots that rob people every day. I have a very big theory of what I think about them. You know what I'm saying? A big theory of what I think about them. They're crooks, you know. Insurance companies, crooks. Bad crooks. You know what I'm saying? So, White House, crooks. I didn't, again, if you can prove that I wasn't charged with stealing anything, number one. So, you just made a lie right there. There was two counts in the case. I was count number two, making a false statement. Had nothing to do with the first part. Solely hers. I tried to lie and say she didn't have this, she didn't have that, she wasn't here, she didn't have a trailer. That the trailer was real. I told lies when they proved paper that they know it was a lie. I lied straight to them to say, no, you guys are wrong. She did have this. She just misappropriated. I lied to cover it up, no matter what. I was charged with making a false statement. They could have got me put 10 statements. I told that physically when I listened to the tape, the conversation, my lawyer played it for me, and we listened to it over and over. He says, listen, it's coming up. You told two lies in that statement. You clear as day they got you. Because I wanted to fight and go to trial. He says, if we listen to this and I'm 100% positive you didn't lie, we'll beat the case. He says, this is our problem right here. This is where we're gonna rip you apart. And then it's gonna be where you knew because here's the thing. The big question is that he said they're gonna get you on the stand and say, okay, Mr. Catalano, are you gonna sit here in a court of law and say that you knew nothing about it? He says, and you didn't to win. About halfway through. So then you found out and you tried to stop it, didn't work. But you didn't try hard enough is what they're gonna say. You didn't turn her in. Well, I wouldn't do that. So then you were okay with her doing what you did. That's how they're gonna rip you apart. He says, so we got no defense. They're gonna make it out that and so I said, what if I answer yes? I found out eventually I did try to stop her. Why didn't you call her and turn her in? Because I'm not a rat. You know, I could have went that angle. And he said we might have pulled it off. We could have sold the jury. But it wasn't worth the chance of then going from getting a 6 to 9 month sentence to 5 years. No. So he talked me into just not going to trial and plead guilty for making a false statement, and the rest is history. So you're wrong about that. Did I help spend it? Yes. Am I guilty in that respect? Yes. 100%. Did I invent this? Did I want this? I was so against it when I found out I begged to stop. That's the power of drugs. What can I tell you? And that's me speaking first. I understand it. But she was my woman. I love her. And no matter what, I was going down with her. I didn't care, because I did help. So you can take it for whatever word because, like I said, the ones that continue calling me a scumbag are the ones that have skeletons in their closet and they're just cowards to admit it. They're cowards to admit it. Very cowards to admit it. You know, if I was charged with count one, by law, they didn't. They even said we know without a doubt Mr. Catalano had no doings of actually pulling off the scheme. Do we believe he did know about it? We believe him when he says he found out about halfway through. That makes sense because we were already watching them, and they saw me one day going off pretty good out in the front yard. Getting out of the car, they heard me. They were if they were watching and they were taping, they heard, and I was very against it. Trust me, I couldn't. Out of all the people I could talk to in life and make them understand me or listen to me, I couldn't, no matter what I tried. So all I could do was love her and hope for the best, and that's what happened. You know, all I could do. But the people that go around and say stupid stuff, that don't make no sense. I mean, if you want to go around here, what's the most concept people don't like? I don't like I don't like people that are just blatantly. What's the word I could use? I don't want to be too rude here. People that are just not. They don't think. They don't use common sense. That's makes no sense to me. We all should have the ability to use common sense. Some people are brainiacs and smarter than others. That's true. I'm no book smart guy. I never wanted to be. To be honest with you, it wasn't for me. I don't like reading books. I don't. I can't tell you about books. I don't read books. I don't. I don't care. You know. To my lifestyle, it didn't work. That was my choice. Now, did I feel that it was important? Yes. Did I preach it to my children? Yes. Education, and be honest, I preached every day. My lifestyle, what I was grown and adapted to do, was I did what I had to do. And if unless you walked in my fucking motherfucking shoes since I've been 5 years old, you ain't got a goddamn thing to say about me or call me or judge me. Because if you do, you're a fucking coward. Anybody who wants to judge this guy for what I endured in life and had to go through as a little boy when I was out of my control and I was innocent in it, you don't know. Unless you fucking know, shut the fuck up. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll tell you to your face. I don't give a fuck if you're 6'10" and you clock me down on the ground. I'll call you a pussy to your face. Guarantee it. And tell you to shut the fuck up. There is no human being on this earth I won't get in their face if they're fucking talking shit to me. And I will never back down from anybody. I never have and never will. Heart failure, don't give a shit. But I'm a piece of shit because I talk that shit. You should hear what they talk to me, the people that want to call me that. That's all I'm gonna fucking motherfucking tell you. Unless you can walk in my motherfucking shoes, don't judge me. And quit being pussies and act like you're fucking perfect angels because you're not. No such thing in this world. You should learn about not being cowards to people that want to pop off. That's my best advice to them. Don't be a fucking coward. Be a man. That's all I'm gonna say. So the goal was out the door. I got a bunch of motherfucking rejects that don't want to fucking help any causes. That's fine. It's cool. Now we're gonna get to the last part. Catalano TV's dun 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 dun. Big award of the most stupidest, dumbest, idiot cuck of the war of the year, presented by Catalano TV. We have one award, and Patrick Melton gets that award for being the worst grifter, the biggest con man, the biggest liar. Steel toe Chad ain't got shit on Patrick Melton on the cons he does. He's been doing it for years. I believe everything Chad Zumak because he knows the circuit. Patrick Melton is nothing but a lion, 6'5", scum of the earth, who don't care if it's a child. I've heard that he's got a history of being a pedo with teenage girls, and that's to be factual. He's scum. You guys put money in his pocket because you like that kind, so stay with your kind and go with him. He gets that award. You could tell Patrick what I said, clip it, send it to him. Tell him this. Any place, any time. But I warned you in this email I sent you yesterday. If you choose to go down this road and battle with me, I won't stop until I'm either dead or you're fucking gone, and I won't let up on you. And I'm gonna dig and find childhood friends. I'm here right in your neck of the woods, and I'm gonna find everything I can on you because there's a lot of dirt, a lot of buried dirt on Patrick Melton. And I'm gonna give the facts out when I get done with you, Melton. You're a scumbag. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. He wins that award. He's the cuck of the year for Catalano TV. Chad Zumock is God compared to him. That's it. Just information, Kahuna. Hey, you'll learn. You'll learn. He'll betray you too, Kahuna. Joey, if Mississippi pokes a hole in Mountain's hump, how hard would it be not to fuck it? For me, I would never. I would never want to do anything with a man. And Mississippi wouldn't go near that piece of scumbag. She can't stand him. So, and that's it. All right. Well, I gave you 1 hour. It was 1 hour. We make the 20 super chats, any denomination. Nobody made the goal, and you were gonna get. You were gonna get. We're gonna get an extra hour streaming. People asked me to stay. The answer to your question about the regiment, if you're being serious, I don't know, but I mean, I think that people want me to stay so I get sick and die. That's what I think. So, did we hit the goal? No, we didn't hit the goal, Artillery John. I'm so fortunate we didn't even get $1 to go, which is sad, but that's okay. That's okay. We're cool. That's just another reason why I'm leaving this such wretched cesspool of a fucking Dabbleverse. Because people want to give money to the scum of the earth, and the people that keep it real, they don't want to support. Adios.